Hey! That's a stroke of luck.
Greetings, Bolek.
Want to hear what I've figured out? This'll knock you on your arse.
Bolek, is that you?
As I live and breathe.
So tell me.
Where to begin? Well, there was that decent miller who told me he didn't know of any maps. I concocted a potion of invisibility, but it didn't work. Just made me feel poorly. I tried to break into the monastery.
What?
The plan was to look around for the map that went with the poem. Turned out not to be such a good idea. I got caught and there was nothing but trouble. Not something I'd recommend to anyone. To be honest, I'm glad to have some peace and quiet for a while.
But what about your biggest challenge? What about the Grail?
After all I've been through on that account, I've decided to give up my search.
No, I never figured you for a quitter. What happened?
There's no point, no clues, except that rhyme, and I can't even figure that out. I've been through hell and high water, hungry, destitute, a laughingstock. There's no point in going on like that.
So you've taken up a regular job?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
What do you mean?
I may not have found the Grail.
What are you up to?
Treasure, money, gold.
What treasure?
Listen, you ever heard of the Knights Templar?
Yes. They were the knights who protected pilgrims travelling to the Holy Land. But that order doesn't exist anymore, does it?
Precisely. 100 or so years ago, the Pope had it disbanded. He was unhappy that they were starting to be wealthier than was good for them. And they didn't want to pay for some war or something. So he had most of the knights executed. But they left behind a huge fortune.
Ah, and then he took that money for himself, did he?
Not all of it. The knights who survived the Pope's rage rode off and hid chests of gold around the world to keep it safe in case the order was ever to return. And I may have an idea where one of those chests is.
Let me guess. You think it's in the mines, and that's why you're pretending to be a miner.
That's right. I don't know which mine exactly, but it's a hell of a good lead.
But what if the Templars find out you stole from them?
And how are they going to find out? You think I'm gonna hang around for them to show up? Besides, it's been down there for a long while now. High time someone claimed it.
How do you know all this? You met another mad monk?
No, not that. I got it straight from the horse's mouth. The other day I hammered this knight at dice in the tavern, and when he had nothing left to bet, he wagered this information. And lost. Says he's looking for the chest, too. So I just have to beat him to it. And that's why I'm disguised like this. I can get me into the shafts anytime I want.
Bolek, how can you be so trusting of everyone? Some fool in an alehouse tells you something, and you throw common sense to the wind and believe him. Can't you see he might have lied to you?
You mustn't think everyone's out to get you. There are good and bad people. But sometimes it pays to trust them.
And other times not.
I trusted you, for example. You could have been a thief or a rogue, but I trusted you and told you about the Grail. I may not have found the Grail, but I got something just as worthwhile. I made a true friend. And when the Lord is gracious enough to let me run into you again after a while, you always give me advice, or at least a kind word of encouragement, and that was worth a little trust.
Stop it, or you'll make me cry.
I hope to see you again soon, my friend. Till next time.
Good luck.
Farewell, sir.